Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny 5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Park Spotlight Contest Edition. Today we're going to be looking at Storm Resort's Lava Landing, created by Starry Agent 99. And here they say, heyo, Johnny and Chow 5 crew, pack your sunglasses and flip your flops and fireproof suit, because today you're touring Lava Landing, a world of lava, fire, and demons. Centuries ago, the peninsula was home to the native people who worshipped Ignis, a ruthless fire demon whose wrath caused violent eruptions from the volcano. Despite attempts to pacify the demon through gifts, a huge eruption destroyed their civilization hundreds of years ago. Today, the peninsula is a hotbed for scientists. Geologists test new prototypical vehicles against the volcano's lava, hoping to use them to study geological hotspots across the globe. Meanwhile, an expedition is led underground, hoping to track down the rumored lair of Ignis, after a rumor that the demon is resurfacing. They now lead volunteers to assist them. Will you help them in their mission? This is my first ever submission, and I did not get off to a smooth start because my scenario editor was not working due to a bug or on my computer because it wasn't working. I have erected a temporary 40 by 40 wall around the park for your convenience. Feel free to delete it once you've checked the size. The park has one coaster, one dark ride, 4 flat rides, a hot spot, and hidden room. It is the first Planko Storm Resort Park, a moniker given to all the theme parks since starting them. Think Nimsel MKP. More details about the park in game. Also be sure to check out the nighttime lighting. Feedback is greatly appreciated. I appreciate this channel's videos. They've been a huge boredom killer during this virus. Keep making them, and I hope you enjoy this park. Star Agent 99. Whew, good googly moogly. That is quite the introduction. Let's get into it. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well today. Lava Landing, here we are, powered by Channel 5 Gaming. Very nice of you to do that. Now, you said check it out at nighttime. I would imagine this is primarily a nighttime park. I don't know what this is. They said shout-outs to all sorts of people and things. Maybe that's, Static X, or I don't know what that says. Please leave comments on the Steam Workshop for feedback is encouraged. Subscribe on the workshop for a chance to be mentioned in the upcoming parks. You should do a volcano first, then poke around for the hidden memorial. A fireproof suit is recommended. That is the worst font you could have possibly used. Oh wait, it's the lighting. I should have read it from this angle. I just made it way harder on myself, but still, you should be aware of that and try to look at things from multiple angles. Push to reset the hidden room. What did that do? Okay. Be nice to have a hint. Yeah, as you guys saw from the B-roll, the park is just a wild glow. It definitely has that wow factor. Volcanic ribs, hottest dogs, rumbling rolls, demonic drinks, milk quakes. See, that is creative. We've seen some people in the past just call everything sci-fi Sundays. Why is the font so awful? Why is it not loading in? So strange. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, yeah, very creative names on things. Amazing atmosphere. I mean, I don't even think we're gonna check this out at day, to be honest. There's lava everywhere. It looks just so nuts at night. Eruption Aftershock. I would definitely, as an improvement for next time, try to create some custom fonts. And you don't even have to create them, to be honest. You could just download them. There's a lot of people out there making custom fonts. And all you have to do is put the letters down and assemble them the way you want and color them the way you want. And that goes a long way, for sure. Let's put this guy into test mode because it doesn't seem like we have any guests here. I want to get an overall view of the park from the drop. So that view's not that great. It's this view that we want. Look at that. Wow. It looks like you tried to skin this as well. You put some sort of rock work or pillar, what is it called? Stone columns up the sides. I like it. Good effort there. What do we have here? Another queue for Aftershock. Ooh. Be careful on this ride. Ooh. Gonna murder the guests. It's just, it's literally just a, what do you call it? A barbecue. Oh, man. Rotisserie roll. Or whatever they're called. Volcano Unleashed. See, there you go. Custom font. Makes a big difference. You can actually read it, too. Okay, that's what we read in the description. We are a volunteer. Fireproof suits. Where's your suit, lady? That would actually kind of be cool if you could sell hats. And Hats Fantastic. And then, like, have a checkbox on a ride. Where it says, like, you require this hat in order to go on this ride. And then everyone has to wear, like, this helmet. Kind of fun. That's what we need, is a little bit more mod support on Planet Coaster. This is quite the queue. Lots of gems and rubies to be found, and lava. Well, we're pretending we have a suit on, so I think we're quite okay. Wow. So it looks like we have a winged launch coaster that's been swapped out for a stand-up Enigma train. Green across the board. There's like the stats. G-forces are all under par. And 8 inversions, 8 airtime counts, 4 seconds of airtime. It sounds exhilarating. Based off all the statistics there, this should be quite fun. Let's get into it. Wow. Definitely visually impressive now. Test complete. We've made it. Some of you are probably thinking that was a really rough coaster experience, and obviously it felt that way. I want to kind of mention this for all the newer builders and the builders that are using train swaps. You know, Frontier developed it in a way where you can take a coaster and swap out the train, but for whatever reason, it's either the camera or the train or a combination of both that struggle to adapt to the new track type. So this actual track type was designed for a winged coaster, and now we're putting a stand-up coaster on there. The train might behave a certain way on the track, but the camera that is mounted to the train also might behave a certain way. So if you don't have your smoothing exactly perfect, you might get a really jittery ride. With that said, I think what we're going to do to give this another chance at redemption, we're going to go to like daytime, so like 10 a.m. and we're going to ride this in track view so we can actually get a real feel for how smooth the track actually is, because now the camera is not attached to the train, it's not attached to the seat or the viewer, and we've just removed 2 layers of possible camera tracking from the coaster, and now we can just experience the track itself and see how smooth that actually is. But something for you guys to keep in mind when you are doing train swaps in the future. Okay, that certainly did help, but another thing that had me curious as a second thought to what could be happening here is if this creator had decided to go with that whole 4-meter smoothing method. As we can see, the track pieces are really small. Yeah, so this actually might be the case of how many track pieces you used. So it's actually the design of your coaster as a whole. So you might have actually done the 4-meter smoothing method, and if you have done that, you got to mention it. And again, I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but I highly recommend people to not use this smoothing method. Silverette and a couple other YouTubers have started this trend of how to get the most insanely smooth coasters, and even from a track perspective, that wasn't the most insanely smooth coaster. Unless you're doing it absolutely perfectly and you have put the time and diligence into making it perfect, it increases the build time of any given coaster by tenfold at least. Just getting one section of a track smooth perfectly is 10 times the amount of work as it normally is. And if you are building a coaster and you didn't do it with the 10-meter smoothing method, I highly recommend trying to use larger track pieces, and that should also help with the jitteriness of the coaster. So also the reason why I don't recommend doing it is not just a time thing, but an expertise thing. Obviously, someone like Silverette is the best of the best at doing it and kind of mastered it, but even then, he hasn't even done it on a coaster, as far as I can tell, that is 2,000 meters in length. Because it's, I've seen him do it on a few, and he said it was a painstaking process just to get it done on like a 500-meter coaster. So it's such a tricky process. And then if you don't message me about it or leave a comment saying you have to ride this in track view, it kind of ruins the experience. And all coasters should be meant to be ridden from the viewer of the simulation, the seat, in my opinion. I prefer sitting in seat, and I think it gives the best experience possible between audio and visuals. Okay, that's my little tangent, but yeah, something for everyone to think about. All the builders might be new information to you guys as well as the viewers, so hopefully that helps in some way. Let's continue on with the park tour. I mean, that coaster was definitely mega, and I do want to mention that it was very action-packed. So So for the creator, Starry Agent, I think that's actually a good idea for an action coaster contest or anyone else watching. Just having this like lava volcano eruption kind of scene, it's very good. But with that said, I felt that that coaster was getting a little bit tiresome and repetitive after 2,000 meters. So if you are thinking about doing a lava-based action coaster for the contest, you might want to consider jazzing it up with something in between. Maybe hitting the water for a little bit, going through the jungle for a little bit, maybe running from the lava, using an X dimension to change your perspective so you can see the lava coming towards you as you're backing up. There's a lot of things that you can do to change it from just a pure lava experience the whole way through. So that's the cue for the Caldera. But I think it's a good idea overall. As I mentioned in that contest, for that contest, you don't have to have just explosions in cars. And this is a good example. What is the font doing? Can we take a look at this? That is so strange. I'm typing something in there and it doesn't change. Something really funky is going on with these signs. I think it has something to do with your color choice. No, you can't even change the color on that one. I don't know what's happening there. It might just have something to do with the lighting. Again, I've always mentioned how I don't like a lot of the custom signs in the game, and it's because the way the font bleeds. Okay, if you guys want to read this, you can give it a pause there. And this one actually is nice and crisp and clear. So that is one thing. When you're looking at these, the Western sign wall using the Arbutus text is pretty good. Yeah, some of these, I don't know what is happening here. I think you've got it pushed into the wall or something and it's doing something to the font. I've never seen that where it bled so poorly where I can't even read it. What do we have going on here? I was gonna say that earlier, I lost my train of thought earlier with all these other things coming into my brain, but the main attraction being that coaster, it felt like it took up majority of the park because it's 2,000 meters, there was so much going on. So I was actually thinking that there wouldn't be any more rides, but here we go. We have a tracked motion platform. There's a look at the results. This should be interesting. Whoops, spoiler. This one's in the station. Oh, this is the hunt for the demon. That's quite fun. Let's check this out. We made it! There's some really interesting creatures in there that didn't really make sense in a lava world that I thought was a little bit peculiar, especially like the crocodiles, but I kind of get it that you feel like the curse has, the demon has made them into his own, but you can't recolor the crocodiles, which was a little bit unfortunate. If you colored them red, then it'd be like, oh, they're lava crocs. That kind of makes sense. Sort of, I guess. We saw that one red shark, and I was like, okay, I can suspend my imagination a little bit to see that. Maybe what you could have tried to do is put some spotlights on the crocodiles or something, big red spotlights, so that they primarily show as red and you can't see that they're green. Maybe that's one thing you could have played around with, but I thought it was a pretty fun ride overall. Okay, so in terms of walkable space, I think we've explored the whole park. We kind of just do a loop around there and go to the different queues from there, which works. Majority of your park, I'd say two-thirds, about 60% or so, is taken up by that main coaster, which is pretty badass. Like I said, maybe there could have been done some things that you did to switch that. You could have just deleted that wall. For the most part, I'm trusting most of you guys on these borders thing, and nobody seemed to have messed that up yet. But the island looks cool. The coaster was very action-packed with a lot of effects. We talked about what you could have improved there based on the smoothing and the track pieces. In terms of the actual park itself, I think there was enough explorable area. I think the lava theme just takes out so heavily from everything that I feel like there needs to be some section that separates it to give you a break from all of that. I felt like, you know, maybe if we had like a tropical hot springs area where people could go and like have like a chill time and sit in some water and have a bath or some sort of like I don't know, resort. I think there's just so much lava everywhere. I would like to try to get away from that and have a bit of an experience like this off to the side. It's just feeling a little bit too much lava, heavily themed lava everywhere, and it starts to get a little bit oversaturated after a while. But first impressions, when you open it up, I was like, whoa, this is unique, this is exciting, and it definitely sold on that. But after coming out of it, I'm like, whew, I can't wait to get onto another park that's more tropical and I can breathe again. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I enjoyed the creation, absolutely. It's just, it becomes a little bit too much on the eyes after a while. There's just so much red. I could imagine you working on this and seeing all this for a while. It's my eyes are starting to bug out here. So it is a lot from the perspective of the lighting, the saturated orange and red everywhere. So maybe try in the next creation that you do, try to spread things out, especially if you're doing the action coaster contest or for anyone trying to do one of these lava rides. You can see that so much lava throughout the whole experience can be a little bit overwhelming. Try to break it up with different environments, themes, and settings and colors in other areas to give yourself a break from that. But overall, very visually impressive. I like what you've done with this. The volcano looks great. The everything about it. I mean, the rock work and things at daytime don't look as sharp, but I feel like this is really excels at night. But what you've done here with the tropical layout and the beach and the terraforming and the paint, it all looks really good. So from a builder, I think this is absolutely top tier stuff, and you've absolutely made the advanced bar quality that we're trying to set for these contests going forward. So hats off to you, Starry Agent. Welcome to the community. Good job on your first ever creation. Congratulations on the new computer. What did you guys think of this creation? Leave your comments down below, and that's going to do it for me in today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.